Alright guys, so we're jumping right back into it for Vote Plays Final Fantasy II Part 2. Obviously there's going to be quite a few parts. So yeah, we're actually in... I don't know where we are. We're somewhere. We are somewhere. But anyways, yeah. We're just playing through here. We're heading north right now, trying to get to Fynn, I believe. I think we're in Gatria, guys. Yeah, it took like an hour break between like this part and the last part, so I'm like, I don't remember what this place is called. The gates of Castle Fynn have been locked by the whatever. Yeah, Imperial Army, big bad scary guys. Okay, so we might actually want to check out the outskirts of Fynn to see if there is actually that pub we can go to. That'd be kind of interesting to check out, you know, kind of see what's going on. But right now, the goal is heading north, not back into Gatria. Anyways, yeah. So, I believe they said it was across the lake. So I think it's this way? It's somewhere. I believe it's north. That's all I really know. And even that, I'm like, I don't know if I know that. I'm just think it is. So you know, there's always that stuff. But yeah, we're doing pretty good against these early enemies. So this is generally the sign that we're going the right way. And we're getting quite a bit of gil. Actually, 43 is pretty impressive. Gonna go northwest to see if we can find anything. If we start encountering enemies that are killing us pretty ferociously, then we'll actually back out off. But apart from that, we don't have to really worry about it. And if you saw my last playthrough, you know I kind of divide my attacks amongst enemies. Right now, we're at a moment where we don't really have to do that, so we're pretty cool. Whereas like whatever, we'll just take the hits, we'll do whatever. Oh wow. So getting hit is actually a good thing too, because the way this works is like the more you get hit, the more HP you have. Like it's just, I really love the leveling system here. I think it's really superb, and this is the kind of like, it's more realistic, I think, and that's just the kind of like leveling system I just enjoy, I guess. The only bad thing is the amount of time you can have to spend leveling. Like if you're recording stuff like this, sometimes it's not as fun to watch someone do this forever. But this is a new enemy, so we're gonna have to see if these are pretty tough enemies. If so, we're probably gonna want to go back, because this might be sandboxed in a way where it's like, okay, you can go this way, but there are death claws here which are gonna murder you. Yeah, I'm talking about Fallout New Vegas, yes, but yeah. Oh shoot. So this is sword skill improved, shield skill improved. Awesome things, they all improved. Let's see something real quick. You know what? I do not believe status effects stay on after battle. That's actually really good to know, because if you saw the last Let's Play where I was playing through Final Fantasy 1, you will know that I hate poison with a passion, because it makes me just hate my life. No, I went through Marsh Cave, which is an area in Final Fantasy 1 where like I was like, oh yeah, we'll just play through Marsh Cave, you know, and you know, just normal stuff. We'll just play through Marsh Cave, get the story progressing. But I found that everything in Marsh Cave pretty much poisons you, and at that moment I realized I hated poison forever. But yeah. Anyways, Fynn should maybe be up here somewhere. That's really cool. If they actually have people moving on the world map with me, that is going to be a phenomenal thing. Oh, these. We went too far, guys. Okay then, so that was a sign that we went the wrong way. So we'll actually have to restart. That really sucks pretty immensely. Alright, so we're gonna start back in Gatria. We saved before we left, which is good. Encountering those kinds of enemies is never fun though, because then you have to waste all the time being like, oh, what do I do? And then you die, and you know, all the real negative side effects of doing that. We got more hornets. It seems hornets, goblins, and the stranglers are the things that we can kind of deal with right now. Everything else is still like an iffy situation. So we might want to kind of, like I said, proceed with caution. The only thing is, like, we can be as cautious as possible, but if we get in a situation like that where we're already in the fight, like, running away isn't always an option, as you saw. Like, I didn't have enough time to run away, so we're just kind of dead at that point, which is really unfortunate. We'll actually have to run back and go to the inn real quick, mostly because we're pretty low on health. We'll walk around a little bit. Oh, actually, I think I saw Finn, maybe. We'll go through the inn first and then see what we can do. I have a feeling this inn is going to be our best friend. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, but it looks like we actually do not save at inns at all. It's pretty much only the world map, which is fine with me. I don't really care about that. The world map is much easier to save on in general, regardless. Like, I'd much rather do it on the world map than through an inn. Yeah, but if I was talking about... Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like that's where we have to go. So we're going to try and go around again. And hopefully not die by horrible, horrible monsters. Alright, cool. So, yeah, like I said, the Stranglers are pretty easy to defeat. I think the main thing to look out for is an environment change, because you saw the landscape change there, and the theme of the battle was very different. That kind of tone kind of tells you, like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't be in this battle with these giant turtles. Like, that's normally a negative thing. Yeah, but I believe we're going to be able to go across here. We just can't go too far north, or else we'll start encountering those monsters that are screwing up our lives. Oh, man. They sure do love that poison. I have a feeling Final Fantasy 2 is going to be a lot easier than Final Fantasy 1, honestly, from what I'm seeing here. It's less punishing when it comes to status effects, at least. And there's more open saves where you can save whenever on the world map. So I think this will be more emphasis on the story, which I think is kind of cool. And we got the same thing we saw before with that before we died, where we got all that up. But I'm definitely interested to see how it goes, because I don't know. I feel like whenever I talk about Final Fantasy 1, I feel like I'm ragging on it, but I'm not. I really enjoyed Final Fantasy 1. I thought it was superb. But the thing about it is, I knew what the storyline was when I was playing it. Like, I knew we were going to get the crystals, we were going to restore light, and yeah, like, there wasn't many surprises. I mean, there was, like, I don't want to spoil it, but there was a couple. But for the most part, it was like, alright, I know what's happening. With this, I don't have any idea, and I feel like if there's more surprises, that's something that I'm definitely going to be interested in playing. So I was told there was a bar outside the castle. They might mean inside the town, though. It's not like its own separate location to enter. It's very much like Final Fantasy 1, I believe, where it's like you can enter the castle or you can enter the town. We're going to be going for the town right now because we're going to really hope for an inn. We're in a bad way right now. As you can see, only 8 HP with Furion. Maria hasn't been hit once. She's just like, what's up, guys? And just not even dealing with any business. Which is good, because she is really low HP. But, let's go. We should be good. Oh, man, he's right in front of the inn. That's not good. That's real not good. So we're gonna walk around and kind of talk to people and see what's going on. See if maybe, can we? No. I was hoping maybe we could just rest at some random bed, you know, and make it real easy for ourselves. Wait, what? Is there enemies here? That makes a lot of sense, actually. If you remember them talking, they says there are monsters in town. It's because of the knights here. It's actually real negative because Firion is in no way, like, in no condition to start fighting monsters. I'm gonna double check, see if we maybe have any potions. This isn't one of the Final Fantasies where we actually obtain items through battling yet. But no potions. That's really bad. We might need to retreat here. Huh. Yeah, we're gonna run away. No, screw it. Let's go to the castle. Can we not go there? Alright, we're gonna run away all the way back home before Firion dies, because there's a good chance he will die here. We definitely came into this kind of ill-prepared. Actually, incredibly ill-prepared. Luckily, he's able to avoid a lot of stuff. But yeah, we're gonna want to prepare a little bit better than the way we are right now. I know this is kind of annoying, like back and forth, back and forth. It will change with later Final Fantasies, because, like, I'll admit, I'm one of the people who didn't play a lot of the earlier Final Fantasies at all. I'm more of the new, like, I don't want to say, like, I'm one of the new people. No, I'm one of the people who played, like, Final Fantasy X was my first Final Fantasy that I owned. Final Fantasy IX was the first one I played. And I've played, like, the earliest one I've played is, like, 7. And that's legitimately played, where I didn't just play it for a little bit. Final Fantasy 1 I had played it before, and I had gotten, I think, like, I want to say, like, halfway through it. But I never finished it. So I guess there's that one, but that was only within, like, the last year. As, like, in my teenage years, like, even pre-teen years, I played Final Fantasy X. But yeah. And I already went over, like, that whole, like, subject of how I got into Final Fantasy X instead of 9 because I suck at, like, knowing which numbers are what. I told my parents I wanted to get Final Fantasy, and they just got 10, and I was like, that's not the right one, and they're like, well, we can return it, and I'm like, nope, because having the wrong game is a lot better than having no game. Just know that. But I think we're getting some pretty decent experience here, which I'm definitely happy about. We have that more endurance, and I'm actually super excited for Final Fantasy IX because I own it. I own it on a couple platforms: PlayStation Network, Disc. Yeah, just a couple, I guess. But yeah, I'm definitely interested to play through it. I didn't play through a lot of it as a child because I was 8 or something like that, and I knew nothing about how to progress. So obviously Firion's getting some pretty legitimate hate over there. We should be okay because even if Firion goes now, we have Gus, and he is a freaking beast. Look at that, 31 HP, and we just keep on leveling up. And it's the cool way too, because there's no legitimate like experience points. It's all different, so we can just kind of do whatever and just be like, we're good. As you can see, we're already more than good. We're already to the inn. Or Gatria, which has the inn. So we can use that to recover, and then we'll kind of plan out our journey or trek a little bit better than we did before. Okay, cool. 338 gil. I don't know if that's enough to really make substantial progress in purchasing health potions or anything like that. But we will definitely see what we can do here. Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking about this right now. I'm thinking we might actually head south again. I know it's a really roundabout way to do it, and I know it's annoying, but I do want to kind of get a full view of the landscape and what I'm facing before I rush into anything. Alright, all the goblins. And we're getting just a little bit of gil each time, which is good. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be on this side of the river, actually. I don't think it matters. I was just about to say famous last words as I like just get into like a horrible situation. Yeah, what was it like? Oh, 50 gil. Wow, that's pretty good actually. I imagine the potions are about 50 gil each, so 50 gil is gonna be enough for one potion, ideally. I don't know if that's true, but in a perfect world. We're an Altair. Nice. We have the ninja guy. Dude, get out of my way, you son of a jerk. Apparently anything would be better than her bow, but I kind of like the idea of having an archer on my team, just for the theme of it. Not for any legitimate like playstyle reasons, just like, I'm like, it seems like a cool idea. Oh man, it's a mage. It's Vivi. So it's a little bit different here. As you can see, you actually have to read torrent spells. I'm not sure if there's classes. This looks like there actually isn't any classes at all. So I'm going to buy the Cure Scroll. I'll buy 2 of them. That'll essentially be like having a potion, and I do want to see how this works. Okay, so I'm gonna equip it on Gus, mostly because he has the most HP, and Maria because she has the least. I know that sounds weird, but the idea is she does the least amount of damage, has the least amount of HP. If I get in a situation where I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna have her start healing. If I'm just outside of the battle, I'm gonna have Gus heal, just because it depends on what situations we're in. But I really like the way that works. The idea of having like everyone be able to learn magic is just phenomenal. The MP looks like it's the same as Final Fantasy 1, which I don't like as much. I prefer the idea of ethers and stuff, so hopefully we can get a couple of those. Because there are Phoenix Downs in this game. I do not know if they like equipped ethers and like added them or whatever, but we will definitely find out. We're gonna travel up north back to Gatria. I thought about what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna probably just go explore. Now that I have cure, I do have a way to cure myself and start healing my party. So that's super important. And then more strength and all that business. Oh Jesus. It's actually really exciting. I hate like half my commentary is just like, this is really exciting, guys. But yeah, like I've never, this kind of leveling system is ideal because, I mean, it just, the more you do something, the more you level it up. Ideally, we kind of get rewarded for playtime in this situation because it'll be more like, oh hey, you're trying to rush through the game. That's going to be really difficult, isn't it? Unless you just grind at a certain point. But us kind of bumbling around being idiots is going to benefit us a lot because we're just going to level up as we do it. Ideally, the same would work with Final Fantasy 1, but experience points makes it a little bit different because you can wander around in a really low level area and get nothing, or you can wander around in a high level area and get everything. So it just depends. And I'm not sure how the experience points are kind of divided amongst this. If we face low level enemies, if we get less or not. I've never played a game like this, but I might look it up. I'm not sure. Honestly, I probably won't. I'll probably just keep it as a surprise and just kind of have the fresh perspective because that's the cool thing to me about the series. I haven't played Final Fantasy 1 through 6 pretty much at all. Like I said, I played Final Fantasy 1, but like this is the first time I really sat down and kind of pushed through it. But yeah, and this is gonna be all new, which is good. Oh yes, okay, cool. Just wanted to circle it, see if I can get an extra battle in there. But cool. We're gonna go to the inn real quick, rest, and then we're gonna save, and we're probably gonna call that it for this video. Yeah. I mean, we got some really good progress here. I mean, we got Cure, we figured we cannot go north, and we also kind of explored Fynn a little bit, not that much, but we'll be able to explore it a little bit more later. So yeah, should be a good experience, guys, and we will be playing this a lot more for sure. Yeah, but as always, thank you guys for watching. Definitely check out the vote forum below. I'll link that in the description. It's where we discuss Final Fantasy, things like that. The post isn't up yet, of course, because we haven't finished the game, but it will be up at the end of the month. But have a wonderful day, guys, and I will see you later. Bye.